He was a hero of the silver screen and the small screen, changing the landscape for sci-fi and western genres, playing one of his defining roles and being honored for it. From a cowboy to starship captain, whose career lasted for 19 years. You may remember him as Jesus Christ in The King of Kings, or Captain Christopher Pike from Star Trek. This is the heroic Jeffery Hunter, and this is his basic biography. Hunter was born on the 25th of November 1926 in New Orleans, USA. He was born to an Irish family who would move from New Orleans to Wisconsin during his younger years. Whilst in Milwaukee, the young Jeffrey Hunter was able to attend school, where he excelled in his studies with a chance to excel in sports. He was well known for this at the time. During his time at school, he managed to become enthusiastic with the local theatre, with a chance to perform with them and even support his local community as a young actor. He sometimes had work, or sometimes worked on various radio stations in the area. He spent the 1930s to the 1940s in education and bettering himself to get a good career. Still being able to delve in the arts and even managing to support his local community. He graduated from school in the mid 1940s, or just after the Second World War. Jeffrey would spend some time in the United States Navy, working as a radio technician, and gain a qualification in a technical school. After this, he would enroll in Northwestern University and gain a degree in English with some aspects of radio programming. Jeffrey Hunter gained a degree and now was able to gain another at another university during the end of the 1940s. This was the time this was during the time he was able to become a stage performer and performing in various stage performances as well as working on radio after Northwestern University days. When he moved to California, he enrolled to University of California and lived in Los Angeles, where he still carried on acting with a chance to join a theatre group to improve his acting skills and even to gain some acting credits. He graduated from University of California with a master's degree, and had a chance to continue his acting career at the same time. A small movie role was given to Jeffrey Hunter, and he would work his hardest to be known by the acting community. This film was called Julius Caesar in 1950. This would even star the legendary David Bradley and Charlton Heston. The film had raised the eyebrows of Hollywood executives, with the performances of both Jeffrey Hunter and Charlton Heston being the new supporting actors for their for their new movies that would be created by various production companies at the time. A year later, from Julius Caesar, Jeffrey Hunter was given a contract from Fox, where he would be performing in his first movie, or in and even their other movies on the silver screen to a wider audience, making him a young and heroic actor that could mold in each character to his style of acting. His first movie was called 14 Hours, and this movie would have him star alongside future leading actress or star Grace Kelly. Once he was noticed for his performance, there were more movies in the 1950s that would have him playing a supporting to a lead actor. Another iconic movie that had him made him a star was called The Searchers in 1956 with legendary actor John Wayne, now being casting Jeffrey Hunter a cowboy and even a war hero, depending on the roles he was able to get at the time. Birth of the Starship Captain. He was the silver screen star that Hollywood was able to groom to become a leading actor, with other actors such as Charlton Heston, Robert Wagner, James Dean, and even Marlon Brando, who managed to become legends throughout their careers. Jeffrey Hunter was given many movie roles in the 1950s due to his debut, but the smallest screen or television, in this case, needed a hero as well. He was given roles throughout the following decade. These roles would make him more of a leading or sometimes supporting actor, but was in various controversies where he would only be paid less than his movies roles, and even given a short leading appearance. In the 1960s, he continued to play the leading actor, but more than less frequent on television, as he was more of a movie actor instead of a small screen actor based on his star status. He played Jesus Christ in the 1961 film King of Kings, which was praised highly back then. Then moving in more, starring in more movies in the same decade, so playing revolutionaries, cowboys, war heroes, and even historical characters. Whilst on television, he was able to play less leading roles, but more modern day characters to cowboys or the occasional guest appearance. He was on top in Hollywood and was able to become an icon as well as being remembered for his iconic roles on television, and was talked about a lot of the time. But he would be starring in a new science fiction program or show during or before before man landed on the moon. This was one of the greatest franchises of all time, Star Trek, and he will be starring in the Star Trek original series. He played the captain of the Starship Enterprise, Captain Christopher Pike, and would cement himself as a great actor that incorporated his experience as an action star or a cowboy, based now on the small screen. This would make him a legendary actor and would give birth to Star Trek being the best of the best and would make appearances in the same series for over 1 year. Personal life and final years. He was married at least 3 times in his life. First wife was Barbara Rush, and their relationship lasted from 1950 to 1955. Second wife was Joan Bartlett from 1957 to 1967, and his last wife was Emily McClellan from 1969 to his death in the same year. Jeffrey Hunter was a great actor and even television actor in the later parts of his life, and even his career, and would even still carry on playing roles in film, as this would be leading him to going abroad and even acting in more movies with various studios. He still had some time to appear on Star Trek again during the 1960s, as he still was playing Captain Christopher Pike alongside William Shatner's iconic Captain James T. Kirk on the small screen. He even had time to become part of the Republican Party during his time in Hollywood, and sometimes having a chance to attend their events, even promote himself in these events as one of the best starring actors of the time at the time. Yet Jeffrey Hunter still kept his star status through the 1960s due to his iconic Star Trek role. He even appeared on more notable television programs or television series, such as the FBI and the Green Hornet. His last television appearance was in Insight in 1969, and then his last film appearance was in the same year in Viva America. Legacy and death. Sadly, Jeffrey Hunter would pass away on the 27th of May 1969 in Los Angeles, California, at the age of 42. There are many factors based on his death due to having being involved in serious accidents on film sets for the last film or the last movies he was ever being able to do, and he would die from a brain hemorrhage in hospital in California. He would still be remembered for his efforts and even his stardom in Hollywood, with his career cut so short. and even being an actor that made his role so iconic, which other actors had to learn to make their own. His legacy lives on even till today, as his children and family are able to keep his legacy alive and own his estate, which is sometimes used in Star Trek and other entities. Star Trek still lives on today as well, as Captain James T. Kirk was the official replacement by but a passing of torch character based on Captain Christopher Pike, going on his own adventures in the background of the series. We need to thank Jeffrey Archer for a great performance and even allowing this franchise to survive. Even having other actors take up the character he once played, from Bruce Greenwood in the reboot movies to Anson Mount in the Star Trek Discovery series, as Jeffrey Archer was able to play this character so well and even being typecasted as a cowboy, but not officially a sci-fi actor in the height of sci-fi genre in the 1960s, as well as winning awards to being recognized as an actor with contribution to Hollywood. Thank you for watching, and please, if you subscribe if you haven't done so. My name is Suki Cookie, and I do have more content like this. Thank you for watching.